Hey, Aries, thank you for dropping in with me. It's good to see you. We're going to just get the download on your energy, see what's coming into play. This is a timeless read, so the message finds you when you're meant to receive it, and give this read time to play out, okay? Can take a number of months for the full expression of the messages, but what you'll find is that these themes will be introducing themselves on your path quite soon here when you usually first receive the message. Either it's something already happening or it's something just about to happen that will take some time to play out. That's usually how it goes down, all right? So let's dive in. This is for any significant Aries placement, or if you have prominent first house placement. Likewise, if you're a Libra rising, that makes you an Aries descendant. So let's see, what does Spirit want to make you hip to? What do you need to know about at this time, Aries? What is coming in for you at this time? What is the memo from Spirit for the Aries collective? All right. We're working with the Arcane BS deck to open up. Okay, we got a filthy mattress here. Okay. So I get that there's some complications that are left over from maybe some past romantic excursions. Okay, these could be situations where you felt like you were put in competitive situations in love, where there were other people kind of always hovering around like scavengers, either saying mine, 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 like those seagulls up there, or whether you felt like there were just rats around you, you know, people just kind of like snooping into what was going on in your love story, all right? And maybe these people were even creating a narrative about your love story and turning it into more fodder for dirty laundry, something like this, okay? But I feel like there's something you're processing here. There's something you're cleaning up here. You're getting rid of this kind of like more lower vibe energy. I feel that. And with the anthropomorphic carrot here, I think you got your eyes on the prize, but you know, in order to really get that golden carrot, get what you're looking for, the kind of connection you want, there might be some things that you got to cut off. It's sort of like separating the wheat from the chaff, you know, what is truly what you're looking for here. And with the coffin full of tacos, full of snakes, and with that moon in the distance here, I do feel like this is something that is coming to a head with this full moon coming up in Virgo on the 24th here, all right? We got a lot of action going on here. This can be like opening up the casket on Love's Gone By, sort of doing one final clearing out, like looking at everything that happened in those connections, and you know, maybe getting to the point where, I don't know, with this there's a lot of action in here, okay? I feel like there's a lot you're sorting through, and also a lot that's calling for transformation. You may be finding that some of these things are coming out of the closet. Maybe they were hidden and they're coming up and out, and they're coming up and out for a certain reason, but I feel like it's so you can kind of like process this experience, right? I do feel like it's to integrate and get very clear. And I think when you think about sort of like this sordid history, that's what I got. I don't know why it's coming through like that, but maybe some view it as sordid, okay? I think when you think about it, it just sort of makes you feel like, you know what, that doesn't really turn me on. I don't want to open up those kind of doors anymore. I want something more. I want something more. And this could be coming in the realm of, you know, sexuality. You know, you're wanting to maybe explore your sexuality on a deeper level, and some of you are just abstaining. Maybe you were kind of like playing the field for a while. You were dating a lot, and that was working for you on one level, but I think eventually you just found it to be more drama, more hassle than it was worth. And in the end, it was a big turnoff for you. Okay, so there's something here. You might be wondering, should I, you know, should I pursue this? You might find somebody that you're attracted to, or you might be wanting to birth a new direction, you know, see if you can transform it. And at the same time, there's a little bit here that you're kind of like holding back a little bit with that noose energy. It reminds me of that hanged man energy. So there's something here you're really pausing and considering, you know, do I actually begin again in this direction? Do I open up to this experience? It says this card is definitely about sex. So you maybe trying to take your time in a situation. You may be wanting to just like ease into things, and yet there might be this quality of abstaining from what could have been just like a past habit of behavior. There's definitely something you're bringing to an end here. Okay, you could have been dealing with a Scorpio with the death, right? This coming in very strongly. And this could have been because of a community experience that came forward that made things uncomfortable for you, because we got the pantless beekeeper here, okay? It's like the honey was sweet, but oh, the sting, you know, when you claim the prize, okay? So there's something you're really here looking at, and I do feel like, you know, you're putting on a brave face about it, but at the same time, you know, there's a lot going on here, and this is a big ending, and it's kind of blowing your mind the way you're seeing things. You didn't expect to get this view of a situation. You know, you're kind of going around like this. Everything's fine. Maybe inside you want to blow up. You might be angry about a certain situation. You could be angry about a particular woman that you feel has you by the short hairs, okay? Yeah, you know, I think that you're really tired of this particular character here. They could be named Brenda. It could be an aunt of yours. It says Aunt Brenda here. All right. But this is really somebody who's just like trying to school you, and is sort of just, you feel like they're just like always on your ass, and you're trying to really figure out like how to get out of this person's grip. This is somebody who's really annoying, and I think you're preparing to do just that. Figure out how to free yourself here. With Master of the Hunt, could be dealing with a Sagittarius here as well. I think you're just tired of the nonsense. You know, you want to put an end to it, Aries. Okay, let me get a shuffle here and see what we got. What does Aries need to know about this situation? What does Aries need to know about this situation moving forward? It looks like there's something you're transforming here. You might be trying to transform some vices too. All right. I think that you're kind of surprised that, you know, you're moving in a direction you're choosing to move in, you know, but it's like, I'm going to shoot my shot, and this time I'm going to get it. That's what I got. Okay. This time I won't miss the mark. You know, it's not fun and games. It's for real. Okay. Whoa, we got a lot. Oh, yeah. I mean, somebody here is really choosing to level up. Might be leveling up in more than one area of life, but we got, you know, half price hot wings and future grandma, you know, with the cat in reverse here. Okay, so this is what I see. It's like you started to really look at your situation. You're like, yeah, I could go for the side pieces, you know, I could do that. I could go around. I can indulge in half price hot wings and get my fill. I might feel a little sick after that, but you know, I could do that, you know. The half price hot wings, it's you know, it's cheap. It's cheap to keep that around. It doesn't cost me a lot, you know, and it's satisfying as a snack. It fills me up for the time being, but maybe you started thinking about this, but what happens, you know? What happens as the years advance? What happens as I get older, you know? Is half price hot wings going to do it for me then? Some of you might have really started thinking about this, you know? And maybe you started realizing, well, you know, do I really want to continue to settle for that? Or do I want something better than half price hot wings, you know? Do I want something better in the relationship department that doesn't leave me feeling like I'm sick to my stomach, you know? You might be deciding to kind of like level up. This looks like a level up story. Oh yeah, and you might have somebody, you know, that you got your eyes set on too. There might be something that comes in with the new moon. I feel like you're still in a processing phase with all of this. So the next new moon that comes in will probably be significant, but we got werewolf and pig making out here. All right. So there is, you know, some hot and heavy action here. You might know who this person is that you're wanting to connect with. There's something that it's like a slow burner energy here. You could be dealing with somebody who is the sign of the pig in Chinese astrology, or the sign of the dog as well, right? A lot of Chinese astrology has been coming in since we had the start of the wood dragon year. Yes, and we got the Frodis here. Interesting for this to come in with werewolf and pig making out. Look at Frodis here. It was 10:22 on the clock. So I feel like this is really significant here. You know, I think you feel like something took on a life of its own. I don't know why I keep getting like vice energy. Like some habits, some way of being in the past, it feels like in relationships became like a vice for you. And it just became like just sort of the automatic. And something happened that really made you reconsider this. I think it had to do with some kind of, hassles that you dealt with in this regard. It could be coming up with sort of like things spilling out from the casket, like old stuff kind of comes up and out to be cleared, and seen. But it has a transformational quality, all right? And there's something about you really getting back in touch with what makes you tick. You may have felt like there was somebody that was really just like draining the life out of you or was trying to control your whole world. And you might be taking steps at this time to get control of this situation. Again, there's the piece also about just like transforming 11:33 on the clock, something, some kind of behavior, something that was just really impacting your world in a negative way. And this brings about something that looks like it gets you going, reconnects you with your feral nature in a good way. Let's see what we got here. Chaos mom. Okay. We got the chaos mom here, and on the opposite side, we have a bunch of cats posing as a woman. All right, so I really see this as, these are two very different type of characters here, right? With the cat posing as a woman, a bunch of cats posing as a woman. That's like somebody who's like, it's like, can the real you please stand up? So I feel like you were dealing with a lot of people like this that you didn't know who they were, They were a million different people from one day to the next, bittersweet symphony, this kind of energy, all right? I really do feel like, these people just like they were changing on you all the time and you felt like you never really got to meet the true person. Do you notice they're wearing a mask? Okay. I feel like you could have also been dealing with a catfishing situation where you were dealing with people who were presenting themselves to be one way online. And then when you actually connected with them, you're like, who are you? Like, this is not who you are. All right. So there's this piece too. You could have been dealing with a lot of people who've been, spying on you with catfish accounts, putting on a false face, this energy here. But there's somebody here who you're like, well, but this person, they kind of are, raw, unbridled. I mean, we really see this energy is what you're longing to tap into, something a little bit more real, a little bit more raw, a little bit more feral, pheromones, like feeling the connection, feeling the heat. And you see somebody here who knows how to move through chaos just fine. She could even be the birther of chaos. Now, that's an interesting piece. There could have been somebody who was the birther of chaos in your life, around somebody that you were drawn to who feels like a similar feral spirit as you, okay? But there could have been somebody who was stirring up a little chaos around this connection, right? And there may have been catfish accounts connected with that, or people otherwise like sending in different people to kind of like keep an eye on you, like sort of spy on you. Cats are about secrets, There's definitely like mask wearing here, like not being totally open, not being totally honest. In some cases, this can be like too much pussy, Yeah. And it's almost impossible to corral cats. Okay. So that's something to consider there. All right. That piece coming in. Let's see. I'm going to pull out this Paulina Tarot, what I call my fairy tarot, to get some more info for you, Aries. Tell me more about this situation. So it looks like you're clearing out a bunch of just mess that was really causing complication for you. You're also finding out who the false people are in your life and who the real ones are. Okay. I think there's somebody that that is like a strong figure. They know how to work with that chaotic energy and they know how to bring it into order, okay? They are the mother of chaos. They will get the petulant children in line. I got that, okay? So that could be you. You could be adopting that role. You know, maybe you're tired of dealing with this kind of nonsense. Maybe you feel like people aren't acting as mature as they should be in a situation, and you're tired of micromanaging everything, you know. Well, it's good not to do that, you know. You shouldn't have to micromanage anything. So I can see why the death would be here. You're tired of micromanaging other people's stuff. You know, you need people around you who are independent self-starters and kind of tend to their own stuff, okay? And don't involve an entire community in what's going on with you, or, you know, there's something about this, okay? So let's look at some more details here. What else is Aries needing to know about at this time, Spirit? Bottom of the deck. Two of Swords. Yeah, you're in some process of transformation here with the butterfly energy. I also feel like you're deflecting some negative energy that's been coming your way. You might have really felt this. You might have felt people were like just intentionally, you know, directing negativity towards you. And I feel like you put up a lot of blocks around this. Anybody who was coming at you in this way, you put blocks up, okay? You could have put blocks up online in the case of like these catfish accounts, or just people that you met online and then you learn that these people aren't who you thought they were, right? You cut them off. You're like, I'm not dealing with this anymore. Some of you just completely got off social media entirely, or you're taking a little break from it, okay? I think if you're taking a break from it, you're investing your time in other things that are more meaningful for you. Some of you may be taking up a hobby. Some of you may be getting back to creating. You're realizing that being on the World Wide Web, yeah, with that Frotus was just kind of like clouding your vision. It wasn't really giving you a clear view, and it was keeping your world stuck in this place of just being mired down and run by the algorithm and just feeling like heavy and negative and just seeing so much drama all the time. I feel like you disconnected from this. Yep. You put it on pause. You could have also put a Pisces on pause with the Hangman coming up here. But you are in the process where you are just about to have a rebirth. You see those bats in the background. Okay, so you've been hanging out here for a while. You've been taking your time. You've been getting a different view. 17:55 on the clock, and you're just about to end cycle on this, 18 on the clock, right? And this is going to birth a new direction for you. We see the rebirth energy with the bats there. There's tortoise energy here too, so we know it's been going slow, real slow going. There's something going on here with a Queen of Swords. You could be a Libra rising. This could be speaking very strongly to you. You could be dealing with a Libra. You could be dealing with an Aquarius or a Gemini as well. Okay, bottom of the deck. We got the Knight of Wands here, all right? There's a desire to rush forward towards something with passion and purpose, get something moving forward, and to kind of put some kind of, it's just a very small invitation of, can we start to like head in this direction? Can we work on this? Okay, and it comes from a place of emotional, you know, authenticity. And, you know, in this particular Page of Cups, it's really interesting because in a lot of other tarot decks, there's a fish in the cups. Sometimes the Page of Cups comes with this connotation like, something's fishy here. But I think that the offer that's being made here for transformation, it's very small with the Page of Cups, okay? And there's no pretense about it. It's to move things forward in a calmer way. This does take strength, okay? It takes transforming something that happened in the past where there was a lot of wounding. There might have been a lot of anger involved in this. There might be things that need to be talked about in this situation, right? Whoever is the more combative person, whoever is the more angry person and might need to kind of like express more gentle emotions, it does feel like there's an Empress energy here that might be helpful in that. But there is this desire to recognize that, well, the anger comes from a place of wounding. So it could be somebody's finally getting in touch with like their softer side. Maybe they've just been in this place being really combative, stubborn, closed off, okay? And they're getting to the other side of this. So we got Leo energy too. We also have, you know, fire sign energy, which is your energy naturally, but we do have Leo indicated here. So you could be dealing with a Leo in relation to this. You could also be dealing with a Sagittarius. All right, but I see that something's going to get moving forward here in a new way with the Paulina Tarot title card here, which is my, if wishes were horses, the dreamers would ride. So there is a way to move things forward. Notice how fiery this horse is. And this horse has wings, okay? And Red Bull, it gives you wings. You might want to slow down on the Red Bulls a bit. Yeah, look at this, 7 of Wands. For those of you who drink those energy drinks, you might want to like slow down on that a bit. I don't know why that's coming in, but it's this piece of, this is like my card that's all about like activating your dreams and moving forward in a way that really feels good. It's also about opening up a brand new chapter in your story, okay? And there's something that you can transform here, and it does look like air and fire on the same page. And right after that, we have the Lovers, all right? So there's some kind of message involved in this, some kind of communication. It's really important to look at all the details. There could be some travel involved in this, and there is a bit of fantasy, and there can be a bit of glamour with this card. I have to bring it in. But there's something about, can we, you know, work on this in such a way where we can bring things together, complete an old cycle, and get on the same page. And, you know, have that moment where we can be like, cheers, all right? We did it. We got to the other side of all that mess. I mean, we got an Empress here. So this looks really good for your energy, Aries. For those of you who had trouble really allowing yourself to feel, experience your emotions, I feel like you're going to be in a place where you can open up emotionally. I also feel like you're going to be in a place where you can actually express what you're feeling creatively as well. That might have been blocked a little bit. This is moving into a more, you know, positive, abundant cycle as well. You could also be dealing with a Libra that came up a few times, or a Taurus in this situation. Cut of the deck energy. 6 of Wands. Okay, there's something that's successful here. It was 2222 on the clock where I brought that in, and we do have advancement to a King of Pentacles energy. So there's some kind of growth here. I feel like growth both in relationships and in terms of wanting something more stable, wanting to grow something that will last, and feeling like you're getting to the other side of something. I also feel like it's coming in terms of finances and just being in a really good place as far as the material security is concerned, okay? Especially if you're taking on some kind of new work project, creative project, new job, okay? It looks like you will enjoy this work and something really grows from it. So this looks good. Well done, Aries. I wish you all the luck in this new cycle.